Hey, what's up, family? It's Joe. I just got back up here to the Double K farm after riding out Hurricane Milton down in Fort Lauderdale with Anthony, Caleb, the RV, and of course, Tabitha. Took me a little bit of time to get back up here because there's still a lot of gusty winds blowing through Florida, and towing the RV, I'm towing basically a 35-foot sail behind me. And so we were blowing around a lot, so I had to go a little bit slower. No traffic coming up. I didn't hit any debris fields or anything like that. So it was just a matter of, like taking my time because of the winds. I got up here. I'm happy to report we have zero damage. There is no real damage to the house. You can see there's a couple of tree limbs down over there. All throughout the property, there's some tree limbs down, easy to clean up, a little bit of hard labor. We lost a little mini tree here, looks more like a limb, but that's about it. And then over on the other side of the dumpster, there's a bunch more limbs down. So a little bit of cleanup work, but nothing compared to what it could have been. God really spared us. We ended up being south of where the storm moved. So we were on the dirty side. So when the tornadoes started, I was very worried because generally the tornadoes are on the side of where we are. But there were a couple in the area, but nothing came to our house. A lot of the tornadoes actually hit clear on the other side of the state where John Paul and Michelle live. Their community got devastated. But I do want to let you all know that they are completely safe. They had zero damage to their house. A lot of damage around their houses. A few people died in the tornadoes. But I think the tornadoes were a lot worse than most people were expecting. Generally these hurricanes do bring tornadoes, but nothing like what we saw yesterday. If there's any damage to really report of, it is, you can see that the skirting down there blew in. Super easy fix, just snaps back in place, and that's to be expected because that is actually the east there. So behind me over here, this is the west. So the winds were blowing from the west and they blew up underneath. And you'll see up there, I put a piece of concrete board up there because that's the window that's broken. And at the last minute, I was like, the only thing that's on there is a piece of plexiglass. Let me just put a concrete board up there so that if the winds come from this direction, it doesn't blow that piece of plexiglass. I'm really glad I did because obviously that's the direction the winds blew. So other than that, a lot of standing water here on the property. In the places that it's designed to have standing water. No water in the house. The house is up on a hill and then up on concrete blocks. So we don't have any water in the house. I walked around on the inside and doesn't look like we get any kind of leak from the roof or anything like that. From what I can see, we have no shingle damage on the roof. So that's all good. The car is over here up on elevated ground. Doesn't look like the water got up that high because there's no water marks or anything like that on the car. Only thing we had was the chicken coop door was stuck in the closed position. Somehow it didn't close all the way, so it couldn't open back up the next morning. So I don't know if that happened yesterday or the day before. So the chickens were all locked in the coop, no food and water. So they all survived. They all did great. They're not, for some reason, using our new thing that we got for their nesting box. Hopefully I can figure out how to get them to use that, but I can't do that today. What I decided to do was basically make it so the coop door doesn't close. They're locked in the enclosure. This way they have their house. They can go in and roost at night and just hope that no predator gets into that area. I think they'll be fine, but I just don't want to have them get locked out of the chicken coop or in the chicken coop since we're going to be gone for a week. But just wanted to give you a quick update, let you know everything is awesome. God is so good, spared our home. Now, we're going to pray for everybody who has really been, impacted by this storm as well as Hurricane Helene. If there's any way that you can help people out in need, please, help them out in any way that you can. I'm just really appreciative for everybody who has checked in on us. So I just want to let you know everything is great. I'm going to go ahead and lock everything up, and then I'm heading out for Keto Palooza.